I was delivering drugs from Holland to Finland. So my main job was to putting all the bricks into the car and drive safely to another location.
Breaking news, a new smuggling route the notorious Kinahan gang uses has been uncovered, sending shockwaves through law enforcement agencies worldwide. This intricate network spans continents, using ingenious methods to transport illegal goods and evade detection. In this video, we delve deep into the details of this newly discovered Kinahan smuggling route and how it operates, providing a rare glimpse into the inner workings of one of the most notorious criminal organizations in the world. Here we begin. In 2017, a routine investigation by the Irish Guards into an industrial warehouse in Greenock Business Park, West Dublin, turned up more than just a few items of interest. The intelligence they had received about the warehouse being used as a safe house for the notorious Kinahan Cartel proved true. The detectives found inside, however, alarming: 9 revolvers, 4 semi-automatic pistols, a submachine gun, an assault rifle, and over 4,000 rounds of ammunition. At the height of a bloody gangland feud in Ireland, this arsenal of weapons could have caused absolute mayhem on the streets. But this discovery was just the beginning of a series of events that would shake the Irish underworld to its core and lead to the dismantling of one of Europe's largest drug cartels. Along with the weapons, the Guards stumbled upon documentation that revealed a potential smuggling route between a UK-based freight transport company called eBricks Limited and an organization named Far Logistics. The National Crime Agency was called in to help investigate the extensive paperwork, and what they found would unveil a whole new side to the Kinahan cartel's operations. In October 2017, customs officials at the Import Freight Examination Area Easter Dogs, Dover, made a significant discovery. During a routine check, they seized a consignment being transported by a Polish driver working for transporters Agma. The load was supposed to be tarmac removal machines from Romania, but upon examination, officials found that the machinery had been specially altered to conceal drugs. Inside the machines were 200 packages of herbal cannabis, each with plastic wrappings endorsed with either Rolex or Manchester United, and 15 green blocks of cocaine with the endorsement 54. Additionally, officials found a black box with a GPS tracking device attached to the inner wall, with F1 engraved, and a white Virgin SIM card recovered inside. This discovery led the National Crime Agency to search the industrial premises of the companies involved, which were suspected to be part of a larger smuggling operation. On October 3, 2017, police discovered that Unit 16 RDW development at Red Mill Trading Estate in Rigby Street had been leased to Daniel Canning since February 16, 2016. While searching his premises, a large transformer was found with a wooden crate adapted for internal concealment. Inside the transformer was a black hold-all bag that contained a Smith & Wesson .357 revolver and 85 rounds of .38 caliber woodcutter ammunition. The firearm and ammunition were live and functioning, and DNA analysis matched the swab to Canning. The transformer had been lined with lead to avoid detection, and further items were seized from Unit 16, including GPS tracking devices and SIM cards. At Vickery's rented address in Solihull, police found barrels of boric acid powder, often mixed with cocaine, and £43,000 and €100,000 in cash. In addition, small amounts of cash, phones, and encrypted communication devices were found at Canning's home in Dickens Heath. Although Canning and Vickery were involved in the smuggling, detectives were convinced they were not sophisticated criminals capable of masterminding the plot. The discovery of BlackBerry phones at Canning's apartment led to a crucial breakthrough in a drug investigation. Encrypted messages between Canning, Vickery, and an unknown Mr. Big revealed the pair to be subordinates of Thomas Bomber Kavanagh, head of UK operations for the Kinahan crime cartel. The cartel had been using the encrypted devices to safely import and distribute drugs worth tens of millions of euros. To avoid detection, the men used nicknames and code words like Paper for cash and The Flat for the Netherlands. Despite never obtaining Kavanagh's mobile phone, police were able to crack their coded language, linking him to the top of the operation. The downfall of Kavanagh, once untouchable, was caused by the sloppy communication practices of his associates. Matt Holm, Deputy Director of Investigations for the National Crime Agency, revealed that Kavanagh's associates had the practice of forwarding messages, leaving an audit trail to the main man. Thomas Kavanaugh's downfall resulted from his group's careless practices that ultimately led authorities to him. Communications within the group also revealed their involvement in multiple drug imports, with a total street value of £23.4 million for cocaine and £6.4 million for cannabis. The group had a sophisticated system for transporting the drugs across Europe, using legitimate and shadow companies that unknowingly delivered the illegal goods disguised as machine parts. The gang used 3 different firms, with 2 foreign nationals responsible for sourcing the drugs in Europe. These firms were located at various addresses in Wolverhampton and Wednesbury, where there was no evidence of legitimate business operations. Ebrix UK Limited, a legitimate transportation and logistics company in Staffordshire, was contracted by the gang to deliver loads from mainland Europe to the gang's units. Each consignment was named after the first foreign national who assisted the gang, Emanuel Rosenzweig, and described as palletized machine parts. Ebrix subcontracted the transportation of the deliveries to a German company called Ziegler, which regularly made deliveries to the Ebrix UK warehouse in Burntwood twice a week. The system was a well-oiled machine that operated under the radar, but sloppy practices and communications ultimately led to their downfall. Documents showed that Nikolai Wall, also known as Emanuel Rosenzweig, had been a German transport company Ziegler customer since 2014. On September 29, 2017, a large transport operation was organized for Wall, who Kavanaugh had significant contact with during the indictment period. Another gang member, only known as Zed, organized GPS trackers from Poland and had payments sent to his business in Barcelona, Spain. The trackers gave the gang peace of mind during transit, but were even more useful in the hands of law enforcement. For example, the NCA analyzed a tracker concealed in the Dover machinery. It was activated in Poland before traveling to Birmingham Airport, and eventually Unit 16, where it stayed for 11 days. It then traveled through Europe and was finally picked up by police at Dover. Despite eventually being caught by authorities, the gang pulled off successful drug shipments on at least 4 other occasions. The first traceable shipment was sent from Ziegler to Far Logistics on November 28, 2016. Just over a week later, on November 10, Vickery sent a celebratory message to his wife from New York, including a photo of himself and Kavanaugh with a group of men with the caption, "Ha ha, this is worth the money." 5 years and 4 months later, Vickery, also known as Flash Gary, pleaded guilty at Ipswich Crown Court after being arrested in Lanzarote by the Guardian Civil. Vickery's high-end boat purchases and attempts to take over the island's pleasure cruise industry had caught the attention of Spanish police, who were investigating his shady dealings alongside his UK drug and money laundering offenses. In recent years, Vickery and his wife Nicola left the UK for Lanzarote, where they had multiple boats, yachts, and property interests. Meanwhile, Kavanaugh ran his criminal empire from a fortified mansion in Tarnworth, Staffordshire. In January 2019, the NCA raided Kavanaugh's property and found weapons, an illegal stun gun, and cash amounting to around £35,000 in various currencies, including sterling, euros, and Emirati dirhams, stuffed into furniture. In addition, Kavanaugh took annual trips to Mallorca, where he is believed to have owned property. Canning's home in Dickens Heath was also searched, where small amounts of cash and encrypted communication devices were found. Kavanaugh was referred to as the Gaffer in group messages, and he was in contact with criminal contacts in Europe to arrange shipments. Though he was first arrested in Dublin in January 2017, he went into hiding when police did not pursue him for 2 years, assuming the investigation had gone cold. After treating his loved ones to a luxurious vacation in Mexico, Kavanaugh was arrested upon his return to Birmingham Airport on January 12, 2019. Meanwhile, Daniel Canning voluntarily attended his initial sentencing hearing on August 21, 2021. He flew from Dublin to Stansted, fully expecting to be arrested upon arrival. Still, to his surprise, he passed through airport security without incident and found himself standing outside the airport, bewildered as to why he hadn't been apprehended. However, justice eventually caught up with them all when they were sentenced on March 22, 2022, over 5 years after the weapons were found in Rathcoole. Kavanaugh received a 21-year sentence, while Canning was sentenced to 19.5 years. Vickery, on the other hand, was given a 20-year prison term. Comment below your views and subscribe for more.